Hey everybody, this is Drinkwater Laura here for a Wi-Fi battle versus a guy named StarDragonPheonix. Now this battle is quite good actually. I had quite a bit of fun with it and quite a bit of stress as well. So let's begin. So he starts out with Crobat, and I lead out with my Japanese Ferrothorn. So he predicts him to go for the taunt. He goes for Super Fan. And of course that always does half. And he goes for he gets the Iron Barbs damage, and I go for the Gyro Ball. That does around half. Both of us get leftovers recovery, and this just happens once or twice again. Because, really, one of us has to kill the other. It's a lead battle, man. It's a lead battle. So, my Gyro Ball kills off his Crobat thanks to the Iron Barbs. And now it's a 6-5 lead with my Ferrothorn quite low. But, who knows, it might do something. Then he sends in an Aggron, and I think, oh, did he forget that I had Power Whip? But no, he just had Superpower and outspeeded me. Yeah, I'm smart. Well, there goes Ferrothorn. So it's 5-5. He's got a Aggron with a little bit of Iron Bar damage on him. So I go into my Infernape for the obvious close combat. So he switches out into Espeon, which is a great play on his part since I didn't want to overpredict. But look at all that damage it does. Man, Life Orb Infernape's either overpowered or Espeon has low defenses. I think it's the second one. But anyway, he gets leftovers, and in our first battle, I saw that he was a dual screener Espeon with Psychic and everything. So I switched into Jirachi, figuring the Psychic was coming. And Jirachi takes it like a beast. What can I say? So both of us get leftovers, and both of us knew that he could only set up one screen, and one screen only. So he chose to set up the Reflect as I put up my Iron Head and kill him off. Even with Reflect up, it doesn't really matter much. So there goes Espeon. And that's good for me, because Espeon could have been a big deal. And here comes Rhydon. And for some reason I go for the Grass Knot instead of the Iron Head. Grass Knot might have been a better one. Yeah, it would have been a better one, because it's 4 times effective. What am I saying? So he goes for the Stone Edge. Probably hoping for a crit, but nope. Nothing happens, and it does little to nothing. So Jirachi gains some health from leftovers, and he switches out Rhydon into Aggron. I had this battle like a couple weeks ago, so I know a bit of it, but not all of it. So I go for the Iron Head, and does practically nothing, because I was predicting the Rhydon to stay in. So I go for the Wish, predicting the Superpower, but instead he goes for Head Smash, which I wasn't expecting, really. So he gets a crit here, and I recover something of my leftovers. So I think, oh, my Jirachi's finished. So I go for the Grass Knot as the last rock. Does a lot of damage, and he goes for the Head Smash, but it misses! That saved my Jirachi right there. I'm so glad that happened. Thanks to hacks. Happens sometimes, I guess. My wish came true, and I'm back up to around full. His Reflect wears off. And so Grass Knot will take out the Aggron. And that's one tank slash sweeper down. She's a pro. Can take a lot of hits and it can deal some out as well. One tough guy. And so he sends in his fortress. This fortress is an annoying fortress, let's just say. So I send in my Infernape. And knowing I want to Flare Blitz. Because Flare Blitz is awesome when it comes to Infernape to a fortress. And he switches in a Vaporeon, which sucks. But instead, I go for the Grass Knot, expecting it to come in. Yay for first impressions. So he's got the leftovers, and this Vaporeon causes me most trouble of the whole entire game. It's just awful. So I go for the Grass Knot, and he protects, which I should have thought about. And so I switch out my Infernape into my Sceptile. My Scarf Sceptile. Now this thing hasn't been working out at all, even though this has just been one battle. And he goes for the Scald, and that does more damage than I expected. And yet still does nothing. So, you never know what can happen. So his Vaporeon goes for Protect as I try to go for the Leaf Blade, but obviously Protect protects. So that didn't do a thing. So I can just tell that he's trying to stall me out of poison. But I'm still gonna try anyway. So I think here he switches out Vaporeon and goes into Fortress. And this catches me in like an endless loop. He'll keep going into Fortress, which makes me keep going into Infernape, which makes him keep going into Vaporeon. And that usually causes a problem. So you're gonna, but I switch in my Jirachi, playing the wall something. And he uses another layer of Toxic Spikes, which definitely isn't the best in the world. So I decide to, so he switches out into his Vaporeon, as I think I go, I go for the Wish to heal up my Sceptile. Not that it made a difference in this battle or anything. So he gets more leftovers. And so I switch out Jirachi into Mr. Sceptile. We get some healing on it. And he goes for the Scald like expected. It doesn't do enough to kill me, obviously. And I get the Wish on my Sceptile. Yay! I can't imagine why I needed it in this battle, but I didn't. Yeah. So he goes for the Protect just to try and stall me out of poison even more. As I go for the Earthquake, expecting the Fortress to come in. Which was a stupid plan on my part, I gotta say. But regardless, he sends in his Fortress now, and I go for the Earthquake. Of course, it's not super effective or anything, but I expected it to do more than that. I just gotta say, I expected it to do more than it really did. Holy jeez, it did nothing. So I switch out my Sceptile, and I decide to change things up a bit and go into Swampert this time. My Expert Spexpert. Yeah, Spexpert isn't as good as it used to be, I guess. We get something done in this at least. So I think he switches out into Vaporeon now. Yeah, he switches out into Vaporeon now as I go for the Earth Power. Because why not? Earth Power. Bet it would have done a lot more damage to the Fortress though. So I get the Earth Power off, and I think I get a crit right here. That doesn't matter in the slightest. Trust me, it does not matter. I will not be able to kill this Vaporeon no matter what. So he protects those to stall me out of Toxic as I go for the Earth Power again. Because why not? And he gets his leftovers. More Toxic damage. So he sets up a Wish. And I just go for the Earth Power again. Why not? It does quite a bit of damage. But, nah. Won't do a thing, won't do a thing. Because I switch out Swampert right here to go into Jirachi. For some reason, I don't know why. Probably Grass Knot. As he protects, which does really nothing. And then he gets his health back. Great. Back to square one. Probably should have just stayed in there with Swampert and killed off the Vaporeon, and then this would have been a lot quicker of a battle, that's for sure. So I go for the T-Wave. Now this T-Wave matters a lot more towards the end of the game. Trust me. And he goes for a Wish. And at the time of this battle, I had no idea why. No clue. But then but then I switch out into Sceptile, like I always do when it comes to this Vaporeon for some reason. As he goes out into his Rhydon to get the Wish back. I don't know for sure, but I think the Sceptile might be able to kill the Rhydon. No, he switches out his Rhydon so as to protect it in the Fortress. The smart play. Very smart play. So I go for the Leaf Blade. What else? And it does nothing! Nothing at all. Poison racks up. Sceptile's at 18 health for no apparent reason. And I just go for the Leaf Blade because why not? I'm gonna die anyway. And I get a crit. Last laugh? I have no idea. But it was a good try. So Sceptile goes down. And he gets healed. This is probably gonna go into another part because this is a long battle. So Infernape gets his poison. And I predict this switch out. But I predict him to switch into Vaporeon, not into Rhydon. So I go for Thunder Punch instead of, well, Close Combat. So now I go for the Close Combat to kill off this Rhydon, which is a pain. Because it really shouldn't have survived as long as it did. But down goes the Rhydon. And I kind of got to predict who's coming in, but it doesn't really matter. So he switches in his Vaporeon to stall my Infernape out, and I get a Thunder Punch off. Which, again, doesn't matter, because it doesn't kill the Vaporeon. Yay for not killing him. Yeah. Sad face. Now, if he had gotten a Parahacks here, that would have been awesome, but again, no, that doesn't happen. I can't kill this Vaporeon early. And so Infernape gets stalled out of poison. Too bad, too bad. Infernape proved quite useful, actually. Then he gets his wish off, and it starts all over again. Sad face. And, well, I think this battle's going on for around 15 minutes, so I'll see you in part 2.